In Latvia, there is a city with the largest Russian population on the entire European continent.
The magazine is in Russian, this is in Russian, this is in Russian.
More than 50% of the population here are ethnic Russians and only have a Russian passport.
Русский мы используем в повседневной жизни.
It's practically an unofficial Russian enclave. The problem for these people in this city is that they feel unwanted and are discriminated against.
They held a 2.40.
We followed her through Latvia's last Russian city, had many conversations, and explored the country's Russian center. Now let's begin.
Welcome to Daugavpils.
The city is incredibly fascinating because we're in Lithuania, we're in the European Union, but the majority of the population are ethnic Russians and also officially Russians. Many residents here lack Lithuanian citizenship. That's why we want to find out what it's like to live in the city. Do people feel discriminated against due to not having Lithuanian citizenship? And yes, also what we think about Germans. I think that's always an interesting question.
That's true, the avenue is nice. Am I too close? Nope.
What you can say here is, as you can see, the city is not at all pompous compared to Riga, not exciting in that sense, but somehow it's still a livable place. So you have bars, cafes, these boulevards without cars, always in the city center, so it's pretty good for pedestrians. So the second largest city in Latvia is definitely livable, I would say. But I can imagine, and I mentioned this earlier in the interview, which we weren't allowed to film, that young people usually move over to Riga, but still, it's not a bad place.
Do you have to speak Russian or do you also have to...
No Russian?
Well, I was born here and I've lived here my whole life. That here you can speak both Latvian and Russian, but since I'm a Russian speaker, it's naturally easier.
In Russian, being a Russian speaker? Or what passport do you have here?
As you can see, I was born by Stut. I have lived here for 79 years without ever leaving. I got my education here, higher education, and I wasn't given Latvian citizenship. I was treated like a second-class citizen. I was forced to accept, Russian citizenship. I was forced to. And it's upsetting to have lived here for 79 years and gotten an education. I worked here, I'm a speech therapist, I'm a teacher, and I didn't get any consultation. Nothing.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable, but true. It hurts so deeply that I'm dying as a nobody. I see myself as Latvian more than anything else.
How was it for you with the Germans?
Neutral, positive.
Positive, yes.
Yes.
I heard what that lady said in the conversation, and it's not an isolated case. We've already talked to one or two people who didn't want to be on camera, but who reported similar things. They've been paying taxes here for 60 or 70 years. They feel more Latvian than Russian, and still haven't gotten the passport. But the lady's outfit was amazing, wasn't it, guys? Bright pink, glasses dyed pink. Everything pink somehow. That's got style, you have to admit.
They don't support war, they want peace.
We wanted to ask you, is Russian enough for long-term work, or do you need the Lithuanian language?
We use Russian in daily life, but Lithuanian is necessary. You can't get by without it.
People from Germany are interested in that.
Yes.
They feel connected to Germany.
Personally, I probably don't know much about Germany or Germans, but we have quite a few people who go to Germany to work. In many schools they learn German. They have learned another language. Now there are some where German is the second foreign language.
I have never been to Germany, never.
Thank you, good.
Good luck, thank you.
For the first time in my time as a YouTuber, I was detained, together with Henning, you can see him here, by the police, and our information was recorded. They asked what we were doing, who sent us, why we were asking questions about the Russian population, and so on. What was the point of all this? All my passport details were recorded. But yeah, once again I got off lightly. Maybe in some other countries it wouldn't have gone as well as it did here in the European Union. Dodged it again. Thank you very much. Is Russian sufficient for living in this neighborhood? What do you think? You know,
That I am cleared for both.
no problem. Understood. We also have people here with Russian passports. Is that also the case in this district? Yes.
Yes, there is.
Yes, but you yourselves don't have any problems here, right?
No, absolutely no problems, not at all.
Well, you can do a lot here, but it's painful here. What's life like here?
It's enough for young people and for people like me too. And we have different music events in August that are good.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So you see, there are different circumstances in the city. We have people who were simply born here, are Latvians, and have no problems at all. Young people especially. We only got the lady, but unfortunately, we didn't get the 2 or 3 others in the same situation on camera. Or 1 or 2 others we asked.
We need to get the keys out first. No, okay, that's not possible at all.
Too bad, I would have liked to play something for you guys.
But the piano is broken.
Cheers. You can also see how large the Russian minority is in the supermarket. For instance, there's a magazine in Russian here. This one is in Russian, this one is in Russian. Then in the next row you have Russian, Latvian, Russian. Let me put it this way, 70% of these magazines are in Russian. That's quite telling. The Russian Center in Latvia. I want to give a brief interim summary of the Soviet project again. We've already visited 9 countries, and I think we've really covered Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, and the entire Baltic region quite well. Well, of course, we didn't make an extreme number of videos, but in Estonia 3, in Latvia 2, and in Lithuania even 4. And yeah, the Baltic region is fascinating. All 3 countries have tried to somehow leave their Soviet past behind. Some more, some less. And in all 3 countries, there are only a few hotspots left where Russian is spoken and where this past can still be seen. In Estonia, Narva, on the Russian border, reflects the past. In Lithuania, Visaginas, the last nuclear city, still holds that history. In Latvia, it's really only still present in Daugavpils. That means, yes, we have visited all 3 hotspots of the Russian minority in the Baltics. And yes, it's really cool that this project is slowly taking shape and has already come so far. There are still 6 countries left, guys. Let's see how things go in the next few years.
Russian is enough for life here. You also have to know that the state language.
Russian, I know it well. I know that I live here all the time.
Do you have thoughts on the Germans? Or what do you have to do with us? Normally?
Normally? No, I don't have any nationality at all.
It's not like that for international politicians. Normally,
No.
after a day in Daugavpils, I can tell you that it's a very pleasant city, a very quiet city, also with many retirees, with many cultural buildings. But it's worth recommending.
If you're ever in Latvia, to also stop by here in Daugavpils.
So guys, that was a different format this time, an interview format. I hope you liked it. Feel free to support the channel by subscribing. And then we'll see each other again next Sunday, like almost every Sunday. Until then.